Well, here we are. I have been waiting a long time to do this video. And you'll notice right off the bat that I am recording this post-recording. I'll admit that right now. What you're gonna see here is a match between GMS Stambe and myself. This video begins with me fighting someone named Goon. I'm a predator, obviously. This guy is a marine. Goon is some kind of newbie. But I wanted to do this video for a long time. In fact, it's been a month to the day since I recorded this, and it's just been on the back burner for some reason. And you just saw, if you're looking at the message list, Stambe just joined. Selecting the alien. And I'm immediately shifting to green mode because I need to be able to see him. And red mode is completely useless, as I said before. There are a number of reasons why I want to release this video, why I wanted to do a commentary on it. The first reason is that I completely get butchered. Just absolutely. It's not even a debate. I get mutilated in this. And of course, I have no hard feelings against Stambe. I mean, he's way better than I am. And I do some pretty stupid shit. But I want to show this because, you know, you're not always going to win. You know, sooner or later you're going to get your ass handed to you. And this is exactly what happens here. I mean, I released that subway deathmatch where I constantly bitch about how my tail doesn't seem to be connecting. But I think it's also important to show this one. That makes some pretty big mistakes. But so, you know, it is gonna happen. It happens to everyone. I'm from Austria. Or Austria, I don't know what it means. Probably Australia. Anyway, as you see here, I'm only using the shoulder cannon. And I'm only using that because that's really... I'm exploiting the splash damage effect. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but I know now that it is pretty douchey to use the shoulder cannon against an alien. It doesn't help, as you'll see. I still get my ass handed to me. But you know, it happens to everyone. It happens to me, and unless you're one of the few players who's really, really good and has been playing for a very long time, it's going to happen to you if you play this game long enough. It's nothing really to be ashamed about, and that's kind of one of the things that That's unfortunate. That's one of the things that I wanted to show here is that, you know, I don't have any shame. It happens to me. It happens to... If it happens to you, it's not a problem. As Scorpion told me, you know, you very rarely learn from winning. You learn from losing. And here I learned what not to do. In the beginning, it looks like it's kind of an even trade. I mean, I have more points at this point, but it's quickly gonna go south. Once Goon leaves. Like I said, I use the shoulder cannon because using the splash damage makes it easier to get a kill. And I'm not good at the Predator, and you know, Stambe is very good at the Alien, so. So you see, I aim at the floor rather than aiming at him. So what I start doing now is I start committing suicide. The point value that I've given for the Predator is 2 points, and the point value that I've given for the Alien is 1 point. The base kill value is 1, which means that if I commit suicide at this point, I lose 1 point, but if he kills me, he gets 2 points. So that in a way counteracts the death, you know, getting killed. I don't know how Stambe feels about me using a shoulder cannon. He probably doesn't really care. He still kicks my ass. As you can see, completely useless. Beyond useless. Red mode, I mean, for the shoulder cannon, is just... Ugh, don't get me started. But anyway, I mean, Stambe and I later talked about the point system, you know, a customized scoring system like that. And the way I do it is actually... Oh, he destroyed it. The way I do it is actually not so different from... It's not that different. It's a little different. I mean, it's different enough from the default scoring system, which is 75, 100, 150, and the base kill value is 100, which means the Predator, if he commits suicide, will committing suicide for the Predator is always an advantage in the default scoring system, because losing 100 points instead of giving 150 points to someone else is always beneficial for the Predator. And the same principle holds here. Get out my spear gun, which I can't hit shit. Wow, that was lucky. Okay, yeah, at this point I start, I raise my sensitivity to max, which is what I have now. Just so I can hit him. Like that tested anything, right? This isn't gonna help me. I don't know how he does it. Yeah, I kill myself. I take the points away from him. I don't know how he keeps doing it. I don't have this easy a time with taking down predators. Kill myself again. I am losing points at that, you know, by committing suicide, but not to the same degree, because, as I said, my scoring system is 2 points for the predator. And we were Stambe and I were later talking that, we're talking about the possibility of a scoring system where the base kill value is something higher than the normal kill value, or for the scoring system, so the player's deterred from committing suicide. Which would rectify the one-sidedness of this. I have yet to find a good strategy for fighting Stambe's alien, but this is the one time I've actually fought him as an alien, I believe. Oh yeah, once the point. That was smart, right? Just waste even more field charge. Here I switched to red mode because why not? Spear gun doesn't have an auto aim or anything, so. Yeah. For some reason, my PC at random points, when playing as a predator, I won't be able to make that jump. Even though I'll hit the space bar, I'll hit the jump button before. Yeah. You know, if I were Stambe, this is what I do. I destroy the field charges the alien. I have to fucking deal with the predator using the medicomp and having enough field charge for a shorter thing. And I don't tend to change the respawn time, so I leave it as the default 40 seconds. Yeah. Well, at this point, yeah, he says that it's not fair. I'm not quite understanding at this point. So what I do is I restart the game with a better scoring system. I just wasn't understanding it at the time. So as you can see, the base kill value is 1 point. Predator is... Oh, the Predator is 1 point. Well, that's interesting. I'm just learning this now, huh? Well, that kind of changes things. I guess it wasn't to my advantage to commit suicide. Here, you will definitely see it is very much to my disadvantage to commit suicide, because now it's worth... My death is worth 2 points, and now it looks like there's incredible lag. I don't know what's going on. Alright, are we better? So now you'll see I start getting to the negatives. Things get really bad. Part of it is because of the scoring system, part of it is because I am sucking a lot. But like I said, I think it's important to show, you know, to be humble, you know, to a certain extent. Later, Stambe would tell me that he basically expected me to commit suicide, so he would get 2 attacks on me and then let me finish myself off. Oh, that sounded wrong. But yeah, he would get 2 hits on me and then wait for me to commit suicide. It was pretty brilliant. If I just keep committing suicide. Even when I leave in the hallway. Yeah. It's always good to be humble in this game. You also have to understand that the shoulder cannon has about a quarter of a second delay in firing, and yeah, that's the point where... Okay, so first of all, the shoulder cannon fires a projectile, right? And that projectile is not an instantaneous... It doesn't shoot instantaneously. Like the spear gun does. It takes time for the shoulder cannon blast to actually hit its mark, and that time is crucial to calculate before you fire. Like that, for instance, I could have hit him dead center, you know, but I didn't, because I didn't calculate the time right. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like a little bit of lag. So the timing is important, definitely. But as I was about to say, I think one of the most important things to keep in mind is just keeping a clear head and being patient. Which is really hard when you got someone going 200 miles an hour right at your face, disorienting you like this. Which is what happens to me. I wish there was some way to turn off the auto aim system in the red mode. But the best chance you'll have to attack is calculating when they land. Right, like right there, for instance. At the point at which the player, obviously, you know, when you're in midair, you can't help controlling. Once you've jumped, you're kind of committed to that jump. And so when you do a speed trick and... oh my god, how embarrassing. You know, if you mess up like that, when you land, that's the time for the Predator to land the shoulder cannon blow. And yeah, I'm complete ass at the spear gun. Now, if you took a look at the score, you'd see I have -1 points and he has 20? Yeah. Things just get worse from here. Like I was saying, it's always good to be kind of zen about this game. A lot of Predators go gung-ho, you know, they go all out, and it works for them. Actually, just last night I picked up Race the Sun, which is a kind of Star Fox-esque it's not a racing game, it's kind of just a game where you pilot a ship through obstacles, and in that game, it goes pretty fast, so it's always good to be just level-headed about things and make very minor adjustments, which is kind of the same thing here. Always keep your eye on the target, and don't be in a rush. You know, you can keep the alien going for as long as you can keep it up, you know. In retrospect, I should have done that. I feel like I'm the only person in the world who has played this game who finds the Predator difficult to control. I really don't like using the Predator. One of the reasons why I gravitate towards the alien is just because it's so mobile. Yeah, at that point I had to cut away because of something or other. Destroy the field trench. Yeah, so like I was saying, it's important to be zen about this game as the Predator, because the Predator can kind of hold his own against the alien. Well, the Predator, on the one hand, the Predator is, it feels like when I'm playing as the alien, it feels like it's the most overpowered species. But as I play it, I don't feel that way, especially playing against Stambe. I feel like it takes a lot of work to learn how to control how he moves, especially how the fucking shoulder cannon blast works. This is just a bad idea. Yeah, I don't understand why Stambe went through the staircase. I mean, the first thing I would have done is, maybe it was to get me, but the first thing I would have done was I would have gone and destroyed the field charge. To each his own, I guess. The only issue with trying to be all zen about this is that it's hard for the Predator to move away in time from a really good alien, and Stambe is a really good alien. That's what I was talking about when I meant wait for them to fall, or wait for their jumps to. Get them to where they'll inevitably land. I think really it's, a lot of it is waiting for them to mess up. Like that. Sooner or later, something's gonna give. So if I were to do this over again, I would probably I would probably try out the spear gun. Actually. Fuck the wrist blades. I mean, I know some players are absolutely gods at the wrist blade. It's not something I am good at. In fact, I don't think I'm good at the Predator at all. Don't know what I did there. He's behind me. And so one of the things that he did as an alien was wait for me to shoot, and then that's his time to get me, because then I have to charge it up, and he knows that's when to strike. Make every shot count. It just doesn't make sense to fire blindly. Or pray that that's where they are. You know, I wasn't thinking about this then, but now that I think about it, every speed trick does have its end, you know. At a certain point, if you use the wall glide, you'll hit a wall. You will stop. Same thing with the slingshot. there will be some point where that speed trick ends. And that's the place where you have to, like right there, that's what you have to pay attention to. Now, a really good player, much better than myself, would fire there before the alien actually gets there. I can imagine someone doing something like that. Not me, obviously, but... It's very hard to know how exactly I'm dying. Because in some instances it just seems like he grazes me and then I die. And it says, oh, you're killed by the tail attack. On some level you can't always know. Yeah, this is where things start going south. The original commentary for this... Originally when I was recording this video, there wasn't actually much commentary. So it's not like I had to censor anything out. Like I was saying anything inflammatory about Stambe. Although if I had, I highly doubt he would take anything I said seriously. But mostly it was just me, because when I play against someone of this caliber, I tend to just focus on what I can do to play them. So I wasn't talking very much at all. Only when I was dying, I was just being like, God damn it. So. A nice, useful shot, wasn't it? So this shoulder cannon trick with the splash damage doesn't always work. There's one basic thing to take away from this. So yeah, targeting the end of the speed trick and targeting the wall the alien's gonna be jumping to. Switch the spear gun. Good. Good man. Like I said, I don't trust myself with the spear gun. I am absolutely shit with the spear gun. I attribute all my spear gun kills to luck. No skill. Ouch. Although now I'm learning I have to practice it. But that's the thing, is like the projectile of the shoulder cannon takes time to get to its destination, so you have to manage to time that so that it coincides with when the alien is gonna hit the wall or land or whatnot. With lag, it's especially a problem. This whole spear gun nonsense. I mean, Stambe and I live on opposite sides of the world. And I've said this before, but a game that requires timing of fractions of a second, I don't know. And I don't trust my internet connection enough to really be willing to really accept it as being 100% truthful. Because how do I know that the connection doesn't get faulty for a second? Probably just me trying to justify my own inadequacy. As you can see, my score is horrendously low. I'm in the negatives, he's in the 30s. So yeah, I just wanted to show... Now we're getting someone joining us. I just wanted to show that, you know, you're not always going to have an easy time. And that's okay. You know, sometimes you're the dog, other days you're the hydrant. And losing's not the end of the world, you know. Losing's okay. I realize I have to switch to red mode because a predator's joined and fucked up our 1v1, but anyway, I just wanted to show not only that, but also, you know, take from this what you will. That's how bad the lag is. But yeah. Take from this what you will. Learn from my mistakes. If I were to correct anything, it would probably be to rely more on the spear gun than the shoulder cannon, and definitely train up the spear gun because it requires lots of practice. He's going for the predator then. And just learn to be humble and accept the losses and learn from them. I mean, everyone started out at one point or another, so everyone who still plays has experiences, has memories of battle's lost. Don't be afraid or shy to ask people for help. I think one of the worst things you can do, I think, as a player is just to immediately call people hackers, or even worse, noobs, or faggots, or whatever. Just calling people derogatory terms because they keep killing you or doing something you don't like. I mean, calling people hackers... Stambe doesn't hack, okay? I'm not... If I were a newbie, I could easily call him out as a hacker. You know, we've had our fair share of being called hackers. I've been called a hacker. It's... I don't know, it's just something you gotta deal with. It's unpleasant. It really doesn't help anything. It doesn't help anybody to call people hacking when they're clearly not. It pisses the person, it pisses the player off who's calling the other person a hacker because they feel like they're being cheated against. It pisses off the person who's being accused of hacking because they're trying, more often than not, they're trying to explain what it is they're doing, and they're just falling on deaf ears. And the other people in the game get pissed off because they feel like they're being cheated against too, so it just pisses everyone off. So, again, just... This video's wrapping up, so I'll just leave it at that. Take care, guys.